Okay, so hello, welcome back to another video. I just want to start off by saying sorry. I look half asleep. I don't get a lot of sleep, not anymore, which I'll kind of explain in a minute. Lola is currently asleep in her bedroom, which is why I'm trying to stay quite quiet and hopefully I don't wake her. I'm sorry about the angle, it's kind of like a little bit upright in my face and you can kind of see. The reason why it's like this angle is because like it's leaning on the pram. I think Nala's just ripped the bottom of my sofa, of my brand new sofa. If you don't know, Nala is our cat. And I think she's just ripped the back of it. I can't tell because it's up against a wall. But I've just heard a really big rip. And it's leather. Oh well. We'll continue. Well, I can't see, won't hurt, I guess. But yeah, so you're on resting, the camera on my phone is resting on the pram. We live in quite a small flat. I don't have a lot of things to prop my phone up against. I don't have a tripod or anything. I have one for a camera, but I don't have a camera at the minute. So now all that's out the way. So I privated all my videos. I did this because I was getting a lot of comments, not a lot, but like a few comments. Well, the only people who were really commenting, I think, well, in general, the only really people who were commenting were males who were more interested in what I look like than what I was saying or what I was doing in my videos. So I didn't like that. I've never liked that. I never liked people really commenting on how I look, or even if it's nice, which those things were nice. It wasn't hurtful, it wasn't rude, but the kind of person who I am and how I've kind of grown up and seen the world, I don't really like people commenting on how I look or what I'm wearing or things like that. I don't like it because it's not really, if it's like someone I know, it's different, but like obviously strangers, I don't know, I may just be overreacting. I probably am overreacting. I just have quite bad, I don't know, I'm just quite bad on my mental health, if that makes sense. I'm not really great with communicating like I am. I do have autism. I do struggle with communicating with other people and how I see what the people are trying to tell me, or kind of, I just struggle in general with things like that. And obviously like in my head, this is the best way I can describe it, is when like a male says they find me attractive or beautiful or pretty, I see that as them wanting something, if that makes sense, or like them wanting some sort of attention. If like, for example, I was friends with a male and I knew them for a very long time and they said something like, oh, you look nice today, like as in like if I was like hanging out with them, like going out somewhere like with Ryan, and obviously like whatever, I wouldn't be like as bothered, or like they said like, oh, I like your top or something like that. I don't know. I wouldn't really care because I trust all them and I know them, they're my friends, they're not like that. But like when strangers do it, it's like, why kind of thing. I don't know, I'm rambling about this way too much. But so yeah, so I'm sorry if I offended you by not liking them comments. I don't mean to, it's just how I perceive it, I guess. Anxious and things about it, I started thinking like, were they talking about me or Lola, even though Lola wasn't in some of them videos. And also because that's another reason I don't want Lola to be in the videos anymore. Like, I wasn't really expecting, like I know it doesn't make any sense, but I wasn't really expecting people to watch my videos. And like, I know it makes no sense, like why would I post it if I didn't want people to watch? But obviously I do want people to watch my videos. It's just like, I didn't really think about the people who were watching the videos. Like, I just kind of presumed it would be like other parents, which is really stupid to presume that. Like, we live in a very dangerous world. So that's another reason why I have pirated all of my videos. I don't know if I'm going to be reposting some that Lola isn't in, like at all. Like, even if she's in it for like 30 seconds, like I'm just not going to post it. I'll keep them private for like myself to look at in the future, but not for like the public to see, if that makes sense. So yeah. I think if there's any other reasons why I pirated all my videos. I don't think so. I think that there's the two reasons why. I guess like I'm a little bit scared to post videos, because like, I don't know, I feel like people are gonna laugh at me or make fun of me or think that they're really boring, which I know like they can be quite boring. I know this is probably very boring right now, but I just wanted to give myself to explain why, and also explain the pregnancy so far. So I'm going to leave that now. I'm going to stop rambling, and now I'm going to go on to why, how the pregnancy is so far. So I am currently 30 weeks and 2 days. I haven't been very well. I do have HG again, like I had with Lola, which means I have been in the hospital on drips. I'm on anti-sickness tablets still. I don't have to take them as frequently. With Lola, I had to take it on the exact times all the way throughout. If I missed a tablet, I was sick and really ill. This time, it's been not as bad. It's been I wouldn't say manageable, but like in the past month or two has been like manageable, where I can manage with it if I'm taking like my tablets when I need to. So it's like kind of like when you need to take it, I'll take it, and then obviously I won't get ill and really extremely weak or sick or like excessively sick or anything like that. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that I've got very, it's a little bit personal, but I want to be honest, because also I'm kind of curious if anybody else has experienced this, but I have had like a thrush infection like inside for 7 months, as in like through my pregnancy, because I'm 7 months pregnant. It has not gone away, like it hasn't left my body, and I've literally been treating it throughout. I haven't stopped using cream. I've had to take over 20 pessaries, I think possibly 30 pessaries so far, because it's not going away, like it's quite, like it's severe, like I'm getting like this is another thing I've had throughout, which I didn't know was a symptom of thrush, and I've had a few people tell me it's not, and I've had other people tell me it is like thick green discharge constantly, like it just doesn't stop. Like I have to have pads. I literally, it's very annoying actually, because you would kind of presume that you wouldn't have to buy pads when you're pregnant, but I've had to buy them more now than when I'm not pregnant. So I literally have to wear a pad every single day. I have to change it quite a couple of times a day, so I'm spending a lot of money on pads. Basically, I just get the cheap ones anyways, but it's still a lot of money. Yeah, it's not nice. I think like that's like the symptoms kind of like scared me the most, like because even though like because I know what thrush is normally and I'm experiencing that, but like this is just weird. Like I just don't understand why it's doing that, if that makes sense. But yeah, so with the thrush, so they're now getting a little bit more concerned about it than they have been. Well, the doctors are. My midwife doesn't really care. She thinks that it's been treated and then come back, which that in itself can be dangerous. Like normally, if you're not pregnant, within like 6 months, for example, if it keeps coming and going. But it hasn't left, not even for a day. It just hasn't gone at all. I've treated it. Like for example, like I've tried to do the pessaries. Obviously, most of the time it is me doing it. Ryan's tried to do it. I've literally gone to like the high risk emergency ward because I am high risk. I was high risk with Lola as well due to my weight. Yeah, so they've put pessaries in for me. So I thought it would go after they did that. It just hasn't. So it's very frustrating. Also experienced like bleeding because it hasn't gone, which again is scary and not nice. That's been like throughout as well, really. Obviously not like on and off throughout, if that makes sense. My midwife didn't seem that bothered by it until I reached my 3rd trimester, and then she said like anytime it bleeds I have to go in to the like high risk emergency ward, which I didn't know at first because I didn't go to the hospital for one of the bleeds, like because it wasn't a lot. It was just like a little, like a tiny little bit of a clump in the discharge, and she said like, because I was told previously that was fine. Now it's not fine apparently. So now I'm like literally, if it does happen, like I will go straight. But yeah, so that's been a worry. I've had another infection, another vaginal infection that has been on and off, apparently. I don't know if it, like, I haven't been given much information about it. I've forgotten what it's called, it begins with an S, but I have to take antibiotics for it. I don't even know what the symptoms are, because like the thrush is that extreme. Like, I haven't experienced anything, like, if that makes sense. Like, they've just told me like I've got a bacterial infection, and it can be present like in the urine samples, and also with swabs. And the first 2 times that happened, they didn't tell me what it was. They just said that you have a bacterial infection as well as the thrush. So I was like, okay, not knowing what it was. A month ago, I think, no, not a month ago, about 2-3 weeks ago, they told me that I have it, like what it is. If I find out what it is, I'll say in another video, but I've kind of forgotten. But I was doing research on it, and again, like, left like untreated, it's very serious. Like, same with the thrush, like if it's left untreated, it can be really scary. Like, it can have like long-lasting damage to your insides, and also obviously whilst you're pregnant, like it can make you, not make you, but it can cause stillbirth, miscarriage, problems with birth, I think, and like breathing problems. So I'm very scared to go to give birth naturally. No one has told me that I can't, but I'm gonna request for a C-section, because obviously, like, I know you can have thrush when you're a newborn, and because when Lola was born, I did have like thrush, I think 2 times when I was pregnant, maybe 3, yeah, maybe 3, but it was always treated straight away, no problems. So when I gave birth, I knew I didn't have it, but one of the midwives, I saw like a few different midwives when Lola was first born, and they told me that she had thrush like in her mouth, and she basically had a go at me saying, why didn't I treat it? And I did. I didn't have it when I was giving birth. There was no sign whatsoever that I had it, like before giving birth, if that makes sense. No one mentioned it to me in the hospital, and no one mentioned it to me since. And it was just that one midwife. I asked multiple other midwives if she had thrush in the mouth. They all said no, it was probably just milk or something like that. It wasn't thrush. So just that one midwife has scared me into having a natural birth, because I don't want the baby to catch it. And even though it is curable, and like obviously they give medicine and things like that, I don't want her to go through it. And also I don't want people basically saying why I haven't treated it when I have been, it's just not working. And as well, if it was a vaginal birth, I don't want to for them to have to cut down there again, or to tear again, and then for it to get infected because of it. So so I would like to request for a C-section. I don't know if they will allow me to, because apart from that there isn't really any indication that I would need one unless it was an emergency. My last growth scan, she was breech, but when I saw the midwife, they said that they felt it had in the right position. So I don't know if that means she has turned to go face down. So I don't know. So yeah, so I'm hoping that they will give me that option. But yeah. I think there's as much I would say. I am like in a lot of pain with my legs and my back and my tummy, and like having like to support myself for the baby, like as in positioning wise, it's quite difficult. I think I have like sciatica, if that's how you say it, as well. That's been really painful. I've been advised to get a belly band as well, because everything is a lot weaker, like my muscles, and obviously there's a lot more, like the baby, putting a lot more pressure on everything. So is that as well. I have been a little bit annoyed with them for the past 2 months, as in like the hospital and my midwife, because I have been asking them to check my iron levels, and they've just been testing to see if I'm anemic. They haven't been testing like how my actual iron levels, apparently, so I've been being told, because I could tell that my iron was low, but I was told by 3 different professionals that my iron levels were fine, and I found out the other day that they're actually not fine. It was on my record that they weren't fine, and I had no idea. They hadn't told me. She told me that my iron levels were actually quite low, and that I need to be taking iron supplements. So I started taking some of them, just ones that you can buy in the shop, because she wouldn't prescribe me with anything. She said like if it was to continue, if I was taking like ones that you can just buy, then they would prescribe me with something. So I'm taking them at the minute, and hopefully my iron levels will start coming up. So yeah, they have to test it again in a couple of weeks. So hopefully that will come back fine. So when it comes to the actual baby, the little baby pudding, she's doing really well. She's growing very big. On the growth scale, she's perfect. She's not like in the middle, but she's in like within them not lines. So you get like 2 lines with your growth chart, and like obviously like the midwife measures, and then with me, because of my weight, because I'm underweight, I was underweight at the beginning of my pregnancy, they have to do extra growth scans. So she on the scale, so Lola, my firstborn, she was okay. She was about here, and then at 30 weeks she dropped, and then she was continuing under the line until the very last scan, where they were going to determine whether or not I was going to be induced early. She was on the line, and they said that she was fine. With this baby so far, she's on this line, so she is nowhere near that line, which I'm really happy with, and I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised. I don't know if it's because it's my second, or because I haven't been as ill as I was with Lola with the HG. It's still HG, but it's not as bad. It's not as severe. if that makes sense. Like I have to just kind of take my tablets now and again now, if that makes sense. I still have to take them every day, but okay, so my phone died halfway through speaking. There isn't really much more to say about the baby really, apart from she's doing good at the minute. I am worried now that I am 30 weeks because with Lola, a few things started happening at 30 weeks, which I'm worried about is going to happen again, but so far so good. I don't want to jinx it, but we're doing well. I am going to end this video here now, so I'm sorry it was a long one. I just wanted the chance to explain and also to catch anyone up who was wondering how my pregnancy is so far. So yes, thank you for watching.